Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing okay. So we'll start with the bubbles. The bubbles are being a bit strange currently. So we should be seeing large bubbles over here. We should see small bubbles over here. So Kiwi is a good size. Yen isn't. That's naughty. It should be a lot smaller because they're long. So price should be coming down to punish them. But however they're long, they're getting paid. Yen is rebounding in price. And so they're long, but they're getting paid. They're long the euro and getting paid. They're long Kiwi but getting punished. Now that would be normal. Aussie, they're short, but they're getting paid, right? But they're short CAD and getting punished. Okay, so we should see large bubbles here, which is fine. Those two are fine. We should see small bubbles. So Euro Yen are being naughty, and Aussie's been a little bit naughty. So it's just a heads up there. We could be seeing a little reversal potentially, and I think the Euro USD underwent a stop hunt. There's a really obvious stop hunt, I think, had to sweep those lows. And there might have been a had loads of orders to sell, and that's why they've shorted it. So we can come to the daily. Where are we? Daily. See, this is crazy, right? Those bubbles all bunched up. They're selling the euro, which I think is because of the euro USD raided those lows, and it probably triggered a lot of orders, I'm thinking, and that's probably why they've shorted it. So it's not necessarily them getting stopped out, but actually entering short market. So that short in the euro, pound, CAD, USD, yen, right? The long Kiwi, Aussie, gold, and slightly long Swiss. The bubbles are very crazy today, so we've got to be really careful. And I'll talk about the signals now. So where's my thing? Get the remote desktop across, double click, and so currently we've got AC long, CAD yen long, and AU long. Now, however, we should have had some overnight, but my program that I used to send the command to MetaTrader 4, it failed overnight, and when I came to my computer, uh, it was strange because it should have been on the spreadsheet, but it wasn't. It was on the homepage. So I think maybe the browser had like a bug and it refreshed my homepage, which is really weird. So I'm not sure what happened there. So um, we just missed a couple of trades overnight. They're triggered every 4 hours, so we missed two trades. I just have to make sure it's actually on the spreadsheet itself, and I'm not sure whether or not maybe the browser had an update and it rebooted. Maybe it's a bit strange, so I have to keep an eye on that. The idea is that the browser's open, so then when a cell is changed, it then triggers it. So I'm not sure about the Euro Oz for a buy. Okay, it was a buy when it triggered here, but we came up to some supply. So this is why we want the trailing stop in, and that would have probably got us. Yeah, we would have been out on a bit of profit there, and that trading stop would have triggered, and we'd have been out of profit. So it's probably a good thing. We're using trading stops. We did miss out on a profitable trade. The Euro Aussie is a long, and we came up. We did pump, so the signal was perfect. It's just that it didn't trigger because of my program. It wasn't. It was on the home page because I think my browser rebooted. But anyway, I'll keep monitoring it, and if it does it again, we'll have to we'll do something. We'll have to investigate. But anyway, let's look at the indices and gold as well. So we can start with the US 30, which is the Dow Jones with sideways. There's not much to comment there. We're going to probably see more sideways action. Could be making the flag. Can you see? I just spotted that. Yeah, that's fine. We're making like a descending channel, and it's going to pump higher, I think. But it will depend on what happens here, though. And oh, these tools are pretty horrible. And can you see we're making like a yeah, that's okay. Just click OK, get the new line. You have to click off it. Oh, this is terrible. These tools are horrible. And then God, something like that. Maybe a bit higher. so we're making a flag. So what will happen is that the price will come up and then it will bound off that one or that one, and then we'll pump higher. So it's descending channel, and we're going to see a breakout above if they sell it, but it looks like they might not. It looks like they're slightly going long. So we'll keep this on, and we can check it tomorrow, see what happened. Ideally, they don't go long. They have to sell it. If they sell it, we'll pump, and that's how it works. So gold, I guess, will go from the top to bottom, and well, they went long. So they went long here, and it came up initially here a little bit sideways, chopped a bit, and we fell, and we are currently a buy at the static level because we're below 50%. I would be really careful though, and we've come a long way off the highs as well. 2078, which is bonkers really. So yeah, basically we're a buy at the big picture, but you'd want to be really careful because it looks quite heavy. You could look for a long 1936 or maybe 1941 with a stop at 1936, but they'll have to sell it in order for this to come up. So wait for this to get a buy trigger on the crossover and look for a long, and yeah, as they keep buying. Well, they sold it here and it came up, and they went long. So price has really fallen. So that's that. So if you're going to look for a long, wait for the crossover signal. DAX. And yeah, so they're selling it. So we're going to be creating a box. We can perhaps create a tiny, tiny box. Yeah. Yeah, it's this one. It is a tiny box, but it's a punishment zone because they've shorted it here, and so this is going to be a support. These tools are just terrible. All right, so there we got a support because they've sold it, and they went long here. This is going to be resistance, so we can see how we're slightly sandwiched, and they went long, so price fell. They sell it, so price comes up, and I think we might come on up here, and we're probably going to bounce around and chop. Might fall, then they come back down and to sideways nonsense. It could be looking for NFP perhaps. It's a short week this week, and I've got NFP as the driver. And yeah, basically we're just sideways in the S&P, and that's it really. So in a way, the signals are okay. We've got to be a little bit careful because the Aussie on the daily bubble has now shifted. So we might be encountering a little bit of losses, but they're just tiny sizes, and we're still testing anyway. And this should be okay because it's got a good score on the QDB ranking. And we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Have to be a bit patient. And I did wrap up on some trades yesterday. Had I let them run, I would have been in drawdown. So it was going back to the swing trading question in Discord. It's actually really hard, I find, in FX because things are just chopping. So you're getting a good entry, for a sell. You made it okay profit. If you don't know where to TP, boom, out, break even. All right, and that's just a simple example. Decent sell, no, boom, and then you're out. So you've got to know where to exit. You've got to know where your SL is, and as long as you know where your exits are, then you'll be okay. If you don't know where your exits are, you're just going to encounter break even, and then you're like, oh, I just wasted how long? Many hours was that? It's like, yeah, it's 19 hours work for it to go to break even, right? So you've got to know when to TP, and that's the thing. That's the tricky thing about trading. So as long as you know your stop loss, say if it's like 10 pips or something, if you get a 30 pip reward, that's a 3R trade, and that 3 hours is great. So you could just be using R multiples, and perhaps don't try and catch the big move. I mean, you can try, but I find it quite difficult, especially when things are really uncertain as well. So I'll speak to you guys later. I'll report back with the robot testing, and with any luck, it doesn't. We don't have any strange reboot on the browser. Because when I woke up this morning, it was on the home page, and it shouldn't have been. It should have been on the spreadsheet. So it's one of those things. I was asleep, so I was unaware of it. So we'll have to see how we go. And on a daily view, this can do okay. So be careful. on the weekly view, this is going to probably hold. All right, so be careful, and I'll speak to you guys later.